The best dad bod ever, what to eat. To all the dads out there, moms too, when you walk by the mirror and you're carrying your child, what do you see? Are you wearing a t-shirt that's a little snug than you remembered, riding high on your belly, showcasing a pinch or two of excess belly fat? Is that something you're not really proud of? Are you wondering, how the did I let it get this far? Is that something you want to change? Do you want your child or children to model and adopt your eating behaviors? These are some very hard-hitting questions that I think every person should ask themselves. But I'm not here to guilt trip you either, and I'm not here to body shame at all. Your weight, your current body, your physique does not define your self-worth. But can we both agree that you are leaving way too much on the table when it comes to strength, self-discipline, energy, confidence, higher quality of life? And the list goes on, especially if you're a parent or if you're expecting. So whether you're a mom, dad, or expecting, in this video, I'm gonna guide you on exactly how and what to eat to get your body into the best shape of your lives so you can show up fully for your loved ones. Okay, so the fundamental principle of getting and staying lean all comes down to hunger management. You want to try to eat as much food as possible for the least calories so that you don't feel miserable, you don't feel restricted, and you get to be fuller for longer. So what should you eat in order to best manage your hunger so that you can control your calorie intake and in the long run lose as much body fat as you desire? Number one is lean protein. Lean protein are meats and animal sources that contain a low fat content. The less fat in the food, the less calories. Because just for some nutrition 101, 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories, whereas 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. So if you compare a ribeye steak to a tenderloin steak, for example, 100 grams of a ribeye is around 244 calories with 19 grams of protein, whereas 100 grams of tenderloin is roughly 160 calories with 22 grams of protein. Obviously, the amount of calories varies because of the fat content on the actual meat, so use your discretion when you're tracking your calories. But yeah, so if you choose leaner meats most of the time, you get to eat more food for less calories. My top choices would be extra lean ground beef. If you can go for 95% lean and 5% fat, that would be ideal. I love any tenderloin cut of meat, pork, lamb, beef. Those are the leanest cuts. Chicken breast, cottage cheese, liquid egg whites to add to your whole eggs because the yolk is extremely nutritious. 0% Greek fat yogurt. And for the busy people out there, whey protein isolate if you're on the go. But again, the rule of thumb is eat as much protein as possible, keeps you fuller longer, and it has more nutrients. The second food you should be eating more of to control your hunger is fibrous veggies and greens. So the two main reasons to include vegetables in every meal is that one, they contain fiber and water, and number two, they are high volume, meaning they take up more room in your stomach. And both of these reasons will increase the feeling of fullness and satiety so that you're not going for a snack 2 hours later. And that's the rule of thumb. I'd never just recommend a plain salad. It's boring, it's not filling, and it's not very tasty in my opinion. Number three is starchy carbohydrates. These type of carbs not only make your meal more filling, they are slowly digested by the gut and don't send your blood sugar spiking as if you would eat something like conventional bread. So my favorite ones, I highly recommend including these in your meals. It has a high satiety effect. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams, pumpkin. Dude, I think pumpkin is super underrated. 100 grams of pumpkin is 26 calories. Number four is fruit. So don't listen to the anti-fruit zealots out there who are claiming that if you eat the sugar in the fruit, it's gonna make you fat, blah, blah, blah. Fruits are full of nutrients, fiber, water, all of the elements that will help keep you fuller. Plus, they are super delicious. I'm blessed enough to be living in Thailand. I call it the Mecca of fruits. And I'm blessed with having such an amazing selection of them. And I'm not paying an arm and a leg like I would be if I was back in Canada. Just a note, I'd recommend against drinking fruit juices. Why? Because you're essentially removing all the fiber and nutrients from the fruit and reducing it down to just a sugar. And that much sugar pumped into your bloodstream that quickly can become harmful if consumed in chronic large amounts. And I have a list of like 10 of my favorite fruits, but if I can nail it down into one, I would recommend having berries. They're super high in nutrients, they're low calorie, and they are delicious as hell. And last but not least, one thing to add to your diet are quality fats. Now, we get our clients to moderate their fat intake a little bit because fat calories do add up, and if you're trying to lose fat, controlling your calories is the most important thing. However, fats are definitely necessary for proper organ function, for brain health, for hormonal health, and they can add to your satiety as well. And at the Breakthrough Body, we never get our clients to eat below 30% of their calories coming from fat because of those reasons just mentioned. Now, my recommended choices would be moderate amounts of fruit oils. I'm talking about coconut, olive, avocado, basically any fruit that could be squeezed for the oil. Also high quality butter, ghee, avocados, those are great sources of quality fats. So if you take those 5 types of foods and you build yourself the perfect plate and you eat this perfect plate 3 to 4 times a day, not only is it gonna help you lose the amount of fat you desire, but it's gonna give you Super Saiyan energy levels. And this is what the perfect plate looks like if you're not tracking your food and you're just portioning. Quarter plate of protein or a palm size and a half a plate of vegetables, a quarter plate of those starchy carbohydrates and or fruit, and let's say a thumb size worth of fat. The caveat though, remember you have to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose fat, regardless of how clean or healthy you're eating. You don't have to track calories to lose fat, but calories ultimately count. There you guys have it. Those are the 5 best foods to turn that dad bod around, that busy professional gut around, that mom bod around. Make sure 80 to 90% of your food looks like what I just mentioned, and then the rest of the 10 to 20% can come from entertainment, fun foods. Because you're human and you want to enjoy life as well, right? So hit subscribe, share this with a buddy of yours who's a parent or expecting who wants to get into great shape. And as always, if you want all the guesswork removed from achieving the best body you want, there's a link in the description below. Book a free call with me and we'll see if we're a good fit. See you on the next video.